For the sake of time management, I send my pictures to Fix the Photo to have them do retouching work. I can retouch. I can do just about anything possible in Photoshop. It's just a matter of time management. So with this image, Chelsea looks fantastic. Her makeup is excellent, and she's very beautiful. She has very good skin, but she has some flyaway hair, which everyone does. And some people this doesn't bother, but I want to go in and fix this. So this is the number one thing that I sent to Fix the Photo, was to get them to work on the hair. And you can see what they've done, the original, and then what they sent back. And then we start looking at the skin and seeing what they've done, some of the choices they've made in the forehead, evening out some of the makeup. It's interesting they left that little wrinkle there. And they do some things in the body that I would never think to do. I probably wouldn't have thought to have done much of any of that. I usually think about the face. So this currently was $6 to have them do this, and it took them about a day, a little over a day, to send it back to me. And she also had a spot right there on her wrist that was different. It's like they did some work there on the elbow. So they don't liquefy or change anything about her body or rebuild her face. They strictly did what I told them to do. They also have options to do color correcting, but I never use that because typically whatever I see in my camera settings is what I want it to look like. Here's another image that I sent. So this is the returned image, and that was the original image. And that's what they've done. They're making her skin tone more even. So let's come in here. So that's the original. They've cleaned up these stray hairs that are crossing the face, and they've balanced out some places in the makeup. What I will sometimes do is take what they've given me and bring it back by like 80%, so that there's a little bit more of Chelsea coming through, and then I would need to come in here and fix these stray hairs, which I'm not going to take the time to do right now. The idea being that somewhere in between what they did and what the original can sometimes be a nice balance, but they did a pretty good job. I have seen work come back where the person looks a little bit like a mannequin, where they're so perfect they look plastic. But they've done a really good job of fixing all these stray hairs, which would have taken me, a lot more time to do. And it's busy work. It's not highly skilled work to do this, and it's not making any kind of creative decisions. It's strictly just fixing a mistake because it was windy that day. So let's look at one more image. So that's what they returned to me, and that's the original. And they have different price levels, and if you use them quite a bit, they send you coupon codes so that you can get the work done even cheaper. It's supposed to be a 48-hour turnaround, but I've always gotten mine back in about a day or so. I think 48 hours is about the longest I've ever had to wait. It's not real difficult to do what they're doing here in terms of cloning out or healing wand out stray hairs and then burning and dodging the skin, but it's very helpful. I highly recommend that you use a retoucher. All this to say, I'm a photographer. I'm not a retoucher. I can retouch, but that's not my job. If I can farm out this work or delegate the work to someone else for an affordable price, and in the 30 hours it took them to return this to me, I was able to do more editing work and plan other shoots and teach classes and do photography instead of sitting here for 4 or 5 hours, cloning out hair. Doesn't Chelsea look good? Highly recommend Chelsea Wong. She's the best.